My sister can't have kids. Now her husband is stalking me to get me pregnant. 1 in 8 couples struggle with infertility. Most turn to IVF, surrogacy, or adoption. My sister's husband? He turned to me. And now I'm running for my life, because this man is convinced that I am his last hope for a biological child. And he won't stop until he gets what he wants. The beginning of the nightmare. I have an identical twin sister, Stacy, 30F. We were raised by our dad after our mom died during childbirth. Stacy always wanted the perfect life. A husband, a home, and lots of kids. Me. I wanted freedom. I became a flight attendant, spent my time writing, and never once looked back at the traditional life. She married Jeff, 38M, 8 years ago. He was fine. A little controlling maybe, but nothing I saw as a red flag at the time. Then the car accident happened. Stacy was injured, badly. She got pregnant a few months later, but her body couldn't sustain it. She miscarried and hasn't been able to conceive since. For 5 years she and Jeff tried everything. IVF, hormone therapy, experimental treatments. Nothing worked. Then 3 weeks ago Stacy made me an offer that shattered my entire world. Will you carry our baby? We were on the couch watching Modern Family when she suddenly muted the TV. I need to ask you something before I lose my nerve. She looked nervous. Hands shaking. What's up? I asked, expecting some kind of confession. She took a deep breath and said, will you be our surrogate? I blinked. I thought she was joking. Then I saw the look in her eyes. She was dead serious. I tried to be gentle but firm. Stacy, you know I don't want kids. I never have. But I still wanted to help. I told her she could have my eggs if that would give her a biological child. That wasn't enough. She wanted me to carry the baby. And when I said no, she lost it. Her face turned red, her voice shaking with rage. You've always been jealous of me. This is one small thing and you can't even do that for me. Then she grabbed a framed photo of us off my mantle and smashed it onto the floor. She stormed out. And I thought that was it. I was wrong. Because while Stacy may have given up, Jeff didn't. The stalking begins. It started slowly. I'd grab coffee. Jeff was there. I'd leave my gym. His car was parked across the street. I'd be driving home. He was suddenly behind me in traffic. Then the texts started. At first they were normal. We should talk. This means the world to Stacy. Then they became disturbing. You don't understand what this means to us. But you will. I blocked him. Then came the burner numbers. You are the perfect vessel. Stacy knows this is right. Why don't you? You will be the mother of our child. One way or another. And the final straw? He showed up at my job pretending to be my husband, telling security I had a family emergency. Luckily my coworkers knew I wasn't married. Security escorted him out. And that's when I knew, this wasn't just desperation anymore. This was an obsession. Family dinner. The truth comes out. Every Thursday my dad hosts family dinner for football night. That week I knew it was coming up. The second we sat down the air was suffocating. Finally my dad sighed. Somebody talk. We're settling this before the game tomorrow. I turned to Stacy. What exactly are you asking me to do? Walk me through it. Her eyes lit up. Are you saying yes? When I told her no but that I needed to understand, she broke down sobbing. Then she admitted something that made my blood run cold. She knew I wouldn't be approved as a surrogate by a doctor. So she and Jeff had a plan. She wanted Jeff and me to pose as a couple, go to a private fertility clinic, get me inseminated and then switch doctors once the pregnancy was confirmed. My dad slammed his fist on the table. You want her to lie to doctors? Are you hearing yourself? And then Jeff snapped. Stop trying to manipulate my wife. Your selfish B** of a daughter is the problem. The table exploded. My boyfriend lunged at Jeff. My dad kicked him out and Stacy? She just sobbed. But then she pulled me aside and told me the real reason she was doing this. Her in-laws, Jeff's parents, had told her she was a murderer for losing their baby in the accident. And Jeff didn't defend her. He told her, because they're right. And then she whispered, Jeff hasn't been this excited about anything since the baby. And suddenly I realized, this was never about Stacy. This was about Jeff. And he had convinced her it was her idea. The trap, and the arrest. After weeks of stalking, slash tires, harassing messages, and physical assault, my dad had enough. The police set up a sting operation. An undercover cop followed me for the day. Within 2 hours, Jeff showed up. He followed me. When I parked, he parked. When I moved, he moved. Then the moment he stepped out of his car, police swarmed him. He was arrested on the spot. Final update, Stacy left him. My sister finally saw the truth. He left Jeff. She moved in with my dad, shattered and humiliated. She cried, saying she was so blinded by grief that she hadn't realized she was being manipulated by a monster. I don't know if our relationship will ever be the same. But I do know this. I survived. Jeff is behind bars. And for the first time in months I feel like I can breathe again.